Listen, bro, insecure people love reminding somebody else where they wouldn't have been if it wasn't for the insecure person's help or assistance. And it's like, bro, people are good regardless, man. What do you think? You're the only resource on this planet? You think you're the only asset? You think you're the only way for someone to be doing good in life is through your assistance specifically when there's 7 billion people in this world that could potentially be giving help to the person that you're bragging about helping? You know what I'm saying? And one thing I notice about people, like, they'll brag about giving you assistance that you probably didn't even ask for. You know what I mean? And then get mad that you don't appreciate something that you didn't even ask for. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether it be, what I'm saying? Maybe you're dating a girl that your friend hooked you up with, right? And maybe you don't even like the girl, but for whatever reason, you're dating her anyways. And now your friend's bragging about, oh, you would have never met that girl or dated her if it wasn't for me. It's like, bro, I didn't ask to be with this girl. And, like, I tried it to see if maybe it will work. And now you want to brag about giving me something that I don't, you know what I mean? So one thing about here's the thing, right? When it comes to appreciation, I know a lot of people get pissed off when they don't receive the level of appreciation they think that they're entitled to or that they deserve, and they start flipping out. Here's the thing, because it could go 50-50. Like, when you give somebody something that they did not ask for, there's always a 50-50 chance that they may or may not appreciate it. And then they could turn around and be like, yo, I didn't ask you for it. So, you know what I mean? Like, teenagers that when they get mad at their parents, like, they be like, man, well, the parent will say something and the kid is like, yo, well, I didn't ask to be here, or I didn't ask to be born, or I didn't ask, then the parents is like, well, we didn't ask for you either. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we had a kid, but we damn sure didn't want you or whatever. Like, parents be having weird arguments with their kids. But anyways, yo, like, I don't know, man. It has to be an insecurity thing. You know what I mean? Because when you're secure, when you start understanding things how it is for real, like, you understand that if you die now, God still exists. God is the provider. Like, who are you to think that you deserve glory or like some type of honor or some type of, I don't know, man. It's like, yo, this insecurity shit has to die, man. It makes people weird, and you're going to impose how special you think you are to other people and how they should view you in a certain light. And it's like, the more you do that, the more you're damaging your relationship. And depending on their tolerance level, yo, people will cut you off, yo. Don't think just because someone known you for 17 years that they won't get rid of you like you're nothing. Like, it happens all the time, man. People get so comfortable in the way they treat people, and you think that someone won't leave just because the amount of time that you've known them, you think that's supposed to mean something to them. Because look, you can meet somebody that you've known for 3 weeks and they have so much impact on your life. Yet there's people in your own household that you have lived with for 30 years that you don't care about half as much as the person you just met, and the impact they're having and how much they're inspiring you and how much they're, you know what I'm saying, stirring you up to become all that you could be, or whatever it is that they're emotionally or psychologically doing for you. You know what I'm saying? So, what's up, Delante? What's going on, bro? Yeah, man. And it's just a lot of that. There's a lot of people doing favors. First of all, I want to say, I believe when you do a favor for somebody, bro, when it's coming from your heart for real, there's no animosity towards the person when they don't appreciate you, because you didn't do it for appreciation. You did it to look out for the person because you sincerely care. You didn't do it for acknowledgement. You didn't do it because you're fucking insecure. You didn't do it. It was none of that. It was like, yo, you saw a friend in need and you saw that you had additional resources that you could provide. And so, you being a good friend, you was like, yo, I got you. You know what I'm saying? And some people, and then some people will do something and then they'll be like, yo, when can you pay me back? Like, and then they're on you about it. Like, every other day, it's like, yo, you got my money, you got my money. And it's like, here's the thing. When you loan $200 to a person that's financially like illiterate, like, let's say they work at Walmart. You know what I'm saying? You just loan them, let's say $500 or something like that. Bro, they work at Walmart. It's going to take a while for you to get your money back. Like, you knew that considering the job that they have. So why are you going to hound them to death as if there's some top of the line executive making $27 an hour and money's not a thing for them? You know what I'm saying? And it just so happened to be short. So it's like, how are you going to know that they're like below the poverty line, probably, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta be understanding. You gotta, like, but people don't understand anything except my needs need to be met. You know what I'm saying? I have a demand and my demand needs to be met by people right now. When you fucking think like that, bro, it makes you retarded when it comes to understanding people because you don't care to understand. You only care to get your demands met by people. I gave you $500. It's been 2 weeks. I should have it by now. You won't even think to be considerate of their situation or what they're going through or the job that they have and the reason as to why they, what I'm saying? And bro, there's people, right, that'll loan out money and be like, man, this guy, he owes me $25. And now he's on Instagram posting selfies of him at the movie theater. Yo, he got money to go to the movie theater. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he paid $25 for him and his three friends or whatever. So, yo, if you got money to go to the movie theaters, you damn sure got money to pay me back, right? And they'll call the person saying that. And it's like, bruh, like, come on, man. Like, do you want to help a brother out or not? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Anyways, bro, with or without you, people are blessed. With or without your assistance, people will find an alternative route, bro. You know what I'm saying? I did a song with a person that thinks he was doing me such a favor because it was my first song recorded. It's like, bro, you know how many studios exist? You know how many producers exist? What do you think? I need your assistance? And tried to flip it as if he was doing me a favor when he's the one that asked for a feature. I never asked him to be on a song with him. I don't care if we ever did a song together. We just so happened that we did. But you know what I'm saying? And then when he didn't receive the level of, I don't know, courtesy or appreciation, I don't know what he was looking for. But you know what I'm saying? Basically, like, I got underpaid for it. And I didn't ask for much. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted $30. He gave me 20 and he was like, yo, be satisfied with what I gave you. You know what I mean? And then he was like, that's better than nothing. You know what I'm saying? He said something like, here's 20. Be satisfied with what I gave you. Cause like I made it a point to tell him, bro, in future transactions, like, you know what I'm saying? The only time I have expectations in life is during a business transaction. That's it. I'm providing you a service. I want my money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if it's 2 pennies. I want the whole thing, like the whole, whatever it is. That's just me. And that's the only time that I have expectations. Other than that, I have zero expectations on how I think you should behave, on your belief system, on your religion, on what you should do. Like, yeah, I could give advice and stuff, but I have no expectation on, like, you're not under obligation to listen to me. You know what I'm saying? You have free will and you could do your own thing if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know when it comes to the old generation versus the young generation, old people be like, man, why young kids don't listen? It's like, you was young. Like, did you listen to everything? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure you did your own thing. I'm sure, so anyways, but they be like, yo, why do people make such retarded decisions? Why do people do this way? Like, you might have a friend right now that chooses to live a difficult life. Like, their methods for doing shit is like, why are you doing it that way? I don't know, bro. That's why for me, I just come to the conclusion people do shit because they want to. It's not logical. As humans, we're not very logical. Like, we're not always logical. We're not that logical. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing logical about smoking 1 pack of cigarettes every day for 30 years. You know what I'm saying? But people do that because, well, their addiction started because they just, I don't know, maybe their friends were smoking or they, you know what I'm saying? And now they're just addicted. But you can't tell me there's something logical about doing that, knowing that shit kills you. You know what I'm saying? But people do what they do. And it's ultimately because, you know what I'm saying? Because they want to. I remember I was talking to my mom and I told her, I was like, quitting smoking, for you to quit smoking, it must have been easy for you. Cause she told me what her reason was. And I understood right away. It was cause I was in her stomach and she didn't want to, like, mess me up or whatever. Cause she used to smoke during my brother's pregnancy. But for me, she changed her lifestyle. I said, I bet it was easy. She was like, no, you have no idea how difficult it was. I said, bullshit. When you have a reason to fucking do something and your reason it towers over your excuses, how difficult or how easy something is, it doesn't even matter because it's all about, yo, I want this result. I'm going to get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's all that it becomes about. It's no longer about how easy it is or how hard it is. So I told her, I was like, your decision must have been easy considering why you was doing it. When you have a strong why for doing something, you don't consider all the fucking obstacles in your way. In fact, if there's an obstacle in your way, you don't even see that because the end result that you want, it towers over the fucking obstacle to the point that you don't even see the obstacle. You just see it as something that you got to go over, get around, get under, or go through it. That's it. That's all when you train your mind to think like that, you don't take fucking obstacles personal. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, getting back on topic, Bro, there's a lot of people imposing, you'll take how important you think you should be in other people's mind and fucking impose that onto people. Like, you think they should view you on a level of importance as like a 10 out of 10, and then go get mad at them when they perceive you to be your level of importance, maybe a 3 out of 10 or a 4 out of 10, or, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes in life, like, people don't like you as much as you like them. Sometimes you got somebody and they're your best friend, but you're not their best friend. You know what I'm saying? They don't view you in the same light. Sometimes, there's going to be people that, you'd be like, yo, how come no one answers my phone calls? I answer everybody's phone calls. I respond to everybody's text message. And then you start imposing fucking your set of morals onto other people, bro. You know why people don't respond the way that you do? Because they don't have your heart, because they don't have your personality, because they don't have your mindset. You know what I'm saying? Don't take your level of consideration and think that, don't you think if people thought exactly the way you do, they'd be just as considerate as you are? You know what I'm saying? Because all your actions come from a thought process, from moral, whatever your morality is, from whatever your list of standard is, whatever the list of things that you would do and the things that you wouldn't do, that makes up your character. So if they don't have the same list of things that they wouldn't do, like, you might have a friend that you let them come over, you let them stay over, whatever, and then you realize fucking $30 is missing. And you've known them for a long time, and you're like, fuck, man, I would never steal from you. Why would you do that from me? Because you don't have a thieving ass mentality. That's why you wouldn't steal from people. They do. They have a mindset that makes those type of actions permissible. And that's why it's okay for them to do that shit, because they don't have a moral obligation within themselves to not steal from people. You do. You have something in you that's like, yo, I would never steal anything. I don't care if I'm starving. I don't care if I'm broke. I want to do things the right way. I want to be legal. You know what I'm saying? I want to get a job, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So, you might be like, yo, why would someone sell cocaine? Because they don't care about the ramifications of what it does to the victims that fucking do cocaine or heroin or whatever. And it's like, yo, I just want to get paid today. I want money today. You know what I'm saying? And and maybe that's why in the Bible it's like, the love of money is the root of all evil. Because when you love money more than people, it's like, fuck the people. I want money at the cost of anybody, at the cost of someone else's, you know what I'm saying, losing their life over overdosing. Fuck it. As long as I get $2,000 today, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why. And if you're a person that wouldn't do that, is because you don't even know how to think like that. And they do. And that's what separates you from them. It's all mentality, bro. Like, if people thought like you, they would act like you. If people had your moral standard, they would agree with the same things you agree with. You know what I'm saying? They would disagree with the same things you disagree with. But the only thing that makes people different is the way they fucking think. It's not their background. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not their cultural differences or what language they speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, I bet you there's someone right now that fucking speaks Arabic that thinks, talk, and acts the same way you do. You know what I'm saying? Just a different language, but same human, basically, like, same principles, same morals, the same, you know what I'm saying? Maybe the same frustrations, maybe the same annoyances. They just, they live somewhere in the fucking Middle East and they don't speak English at all, but they're just like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's only mentality that separates us, and it's crazy how we all fucking speak English, in America, but yet very few of us understand each other. How the fuck we all talk the same language, but understand shit when it comes to having conversations with each other. You know what I'm saying? You would think since we talk the same language, we fucking understand the same thing, but our understanding comes from our perception of what's being said. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy how a person could say a sentence one way and it could be interpreted so many different ways. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I was listening to Jim Rohn talk about, what was he talking about? He was talking about the Bible. He was talking about Jesus giving a message. And he said he gave a message to a multitude and there was mixed reactions to the same message. He was like, give me a second. He was like, some people heard the message and they mocked and laughed. He was like, why would somebody mock and laugh at a genuine message? And he was like, easy explanation, because they're the mockers and and the laughers. He said some people laughed. He said some people understood. He said some people didn't know what was going on. He's like, yo, those people are easy to spot. They're usually saying, yo, what's going on? I don't know what the hell's happening here, right? But he was like, it's interesting how one message was given, and he was also there was a set of believers. There was a set of people that believed what Jesus was saying. And he was just explaining that it's like, the same, another example he said, half glass, half full. How can the same measurement of water within a glass mean two different things to two different people? Because perspective, like, if you look at a glass that's half empty, if all you notice is what the cup doesn't fucking have, then you have a scarcity mindset. You're always thinking about what you don't have. Maybe you don't appreciate what you do have, like, but if you're thinking if you see the glass and it's half full to you, then you appreciate that maybe that there's something in the fucking glass at all for you to drink, and you're not tripping about what you don't have. You're like, at least I have half a glass. It's better than no glass. You know what I'm saying? So the same unit of measurement could mean two different things to two different people. And the reason that humans don't understand other people, sometimes I wonder, like, yo, is it a refusal to understand? Because I think we could understand people, bro, if you want to. It depends. Give me a second. Who's this person? What's going on, bro? Trent, hey man, it's been a while. When I get out of work, if you're free, I'd like to talk too, man. Yeah, anytime, dude. Anytime you want to talk, yeah, give me a call, bro. What's up, Trent? What's up, Courtney? Yeah, so yeah, it's all perspective, bro. Like, try not to get mad at people that don't understand the things the way that you would. You know what I'm saying? They think differently. So of course they're gonna interpret differently. You know what I'm saying? If they think, talk, and act the way you did, then it'd be so easy for you to get along with them. Our issues with getting along with people is because we have zero acceptance for differences. We have zero tolerance for fucking differences. Like, as if we think that people are obligated to be a fucking clone of us. It's like, bro, who said that? I can't think of one obligation that humans have besides dying one day. Like, you have to die. You're fucking obligated to. Everyone's gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Besides that, getting judged by God. You know what I'm saying? And that might be iffy for some of you listening. I don't know if you're atheist or not, but we could all come to the conclusion that we're definitely gonna die. But besides that, it's like, people are nice because they want to be. People are courteous because they want to be. People are appreciative because they want to be. You know what I'm saying? No one fucking owes you appreciation. They don't owe you. Like, here's another thing people like to say, common courtesy, right? You might get mad because you would hold the door open for a random pedestrian, but when you're walking into Walmart, you know what I'm saying? Like, no one seems to hold the door open for you because no one wakes up in the morning thinking about, most people wake up in the morning with their own selfish desires. What can I get out of life and what can I get out of people? They're not thinking about what can they do good for others. That's not their thought process at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes we're so naive. We expect liars to fucking tell the truth. You expect thieves to not steal. You expect mean people to be kind. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why would you expect someone in their current form and who they are at the moment to be other than what they fucking are at the moment? You know what I'm saying? If someone's a liar, how naive could you be to think they're going to tell you the truth? If someone's a thief, how naive could you be to think that they're not going to steal from you? If you know what I'm saying? If someone's a messed up person, how naive you are for them to expect them to have a list of standards and morals and principles and all that shit that they don't give a damn about. And that's why they're twisted and that's why they're messed up, because they don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't care. Whatever morals you have, they don't have. And that's what makes them different. Anyways, so yeah, man, I just really believe, bro. I really believe that, first of all, like, let's say you have the capacity to make $1,000,000 and all you need is 1,000 and you could flip that shit and turn it. First of all, it takes incredible skill to do that. It takes zero skill to take 1,000 and turn it into zero. We all get our fucking tax returns and we do that like nothing. You know what I'm saying? But if I gave you 1,000, bro, and you turn that into 1,000,000, I do not believe that I'm the reason you're successful. I believe that $1,000, if you didn't get it from me, you was a fucking winner to begin with, because like I said, it takes a skill set. You got to learn some shit to do that, man. It's, and I don't know how easy or hard or whatever it is, but I know it's possible. I'm sure people do that, but I don't want to take credit for your victory, bro. Like, I really want to believe that if it wasn't for my $1,000, you would have got that fucking $1,000 somewhere else. But there's so many people in this world, bro, that if they gave you $1,000 and they turned it into 1,000,000, they feel like they own 90% of your company because they're the ones that built your company. It's like, no, bro, you didn't build a fucking company. You gave out a loan, and the person you gave the loan to built the company. And with or without your assistance, they would have been blessed. With or without your assistance, they would have found a way to win. With or without you, you're not the significant piece to the puzzle, bro. Like, how come people are so insecure that they think they're the main fucking puzzle piece that completes the bigger picture? It's like, no, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you die, like, God still exists. Like, and then when you die, what you think, other humans won't come around and help you? What you think, no one else has consideration? No one else has money that they could give a loan? No one else. You know what I'm saying? So this insecure shit, man, this desperate need for acknowledgement, where the fuck does that, I don't know where it comes from, bro, but I know that there's no way you could be happy when you know what I'm saying? When you have so many standards that you set on other humans, needing them to please you for you to be okay, bro. That's the key to fucking misery, is having expectations on other people and needing them to fucking love you, return your text or any of that shit. Yo, when I wake up in the morning, It used to be a daily meditation. I don't do it no more because it's engraved in my head. But all the time, bro, if I send you a text and you take 2 years to reply, I don't give a fuck. I'm not alive to get my text messages answered. I'm not alive for you to love me. I'm not alive for none of that shit. Like I'm supposed to complete a mission before I die. And that's all that matters to me. You know what I'm saying? That's the number one, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, women are cool. They look good and stuff. But even that, bro, if I never have kids, have sex again, or get married, I don't give a fuck. I just want to complete my purpose. Me, that's what drives me. That's the only thing that matters right now. You know what I'm saying? And maybe, as time goes on, I'll value different things more or less. People change over time, but ultimately, you know what I'm saying? There's one thing that matters. You know what I'm saying? Like when I stand before God, I want him to say, well done, my good and faithful servant. You know what I'm saying? I want to know that I want to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that might be. So, cause God's greatest gift to me is life. And the only thing I could possibly give him back is what do I do with my time here? You know what I'm saying? Whether or not my time was well spent here on earth while I was here. You know what I'm saying? What impact did I have? How many people did I inspire? Like, how many people did I give a fuck about outside of myself? Or did I wake up in the morning and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, for myself in the name of the Lord, pretending that it's about him, but it's really about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, man. Anyways, it's a lot of insecurity, dude. Like, I could tell you stories upon stories. You know what I mean? And the stories that these people pertain to, I don't know if they listen to my podcast, but bro, like, I'm gonna get into one story, and the person that this story is about, bro, me telling this story, it doesn't mean that I have a grudge against you. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? I use these as examples to just break down the psychology of why a person will never be doing good in life mentally because of where they're at, because of what their opinions are. Because do you know that a negative opinion could fucking destroy you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like viewing life in a certain way has enough penalty to it that God doesn't even have to do anything to you. You know what I'm saying? You'll get what's coming to you just by thinking a certain way, man. You're just positioned to be miserable. You're just positioned, you know what I'm saying, for adversity, for things to happen. And then more shit happens and more shit happens. And you're like, yo, like, why is it happening to me? You know what I'm saying? And then complaining about the circumstances instead of saying, yo, I want to get stronger. How do I get stronger? Or how do I change my perception? Because, there's so many things in life that's an issue because you perceive it to be a fucking problem. And thus it is because you think it is. You know what I'm saying? But, like someone cutting you off in traffic, that doesn't have to ruin the next 4 hours of your life. And you don't have to sit there and meditate for 4 fucking hours why someone cut you off in traffic. Bro, in traffic, people are always cutting other people off. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of thinking about how they violated you, you could be like, well, at least I didn't get in an accident. Well, I didn't die. I'm still alive. You know what I'm saying? And then move on with your life. You know what I'm saying? But there's people in this world, bro, that you getting cut off in traffic will ruin the fucking next 4 hours of your life. And you think it's their fault. If they would have never cut you off, you'd be okay emotionally. It's like, no, if your perspective on getting cut off on the road was different, you'd be okay emotionally. If you didn't perceive it, if you didn't fucking fester on it and let that shit build up for 4 hours, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, what are you going to do? Like, go back in time and force them not to cut you off? Like, bro, it happened. You know what I'm saying? As quickly as the moment came, it went, and that's the thing about getting offended. That's the thing about, taking an account of a suffered wrong, because isn't it crazy how somebody could violate you once, but if you think about that offense 1,000 times, do you know your mind doesn't know the fucking difference between something you vividly imagine and something you're actually experiencing? That's why when someone violates you one time, when you replay that shit in your mind 1,000 times, you feel the offense 1,000 times. You feel the effects of being violated 1,000 times, even though it fucking happened once, because your mind doesn't know the difference between what you're vividly imagining and what you're actually experiencing. And that's why, you know what I'm saying, when a person comes around, you might start treating them as if they violated you 1,000 times, because all you know how to do is let that one event play out in your mind 1,000 times and obsess over how it shouldn't have happened instead of fucking getting over it and understanding that it did happen. What can I do now moving forward? Or am I going to let this shit demolish my life? You know what I'm saying? Like, so anyways, what up, Annie? Oh, I didn't even know you was here. Yeah, so, bro, like, it's just such a healthy perspective, bro, to believe that people would be okay with or without you. It doesn't make you the focal point of their life. It doesn't make you the centerpiece. It gives God room to be God instead of you thinking that you're God and you deserve glory or what. I don't know what the hell be wrong with people, man. But, look, there was a guy, right? This is what he told me. It's just, there was two people at church, right? One was his employee. So he brought his employee to church And then that guy started getting really familiar with this one girl in the church. And he started asking me like, he was like, bro, what do you think these people are dating? I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't be asking people their business. I don't care who's banging who's dating who's marrying who. Like, if it happens to have, if the conversation pops up, sure. But I don't pry for information. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's not information that makes me a better person or makes me wealthier or fucking puts money in my bank, I consider it to be useless information. I just don't need to be consuming a bunch of useless information that doesn't edify me or make me better. Just me personally. Like, you know what I'm saying? You guys, you consume whatever the fuck you want to consume. But for me, that's how I choose to be. So anyways, he was like, yo, I think they're dating. I'm like, I don't know if they're dating or not. He was like, well, if it wasn't for me, like that's my employee, and then this girl, she's been going to my church. If it wasn't for my suggestion of him coming to my church, he would have never met her. So therefore, I feel like if they're dating each other, I have every right to know because they would have never met each other if it wasn't for me. And it's like my instant thought was like, bro, do you know how fucking crazy you sound right now? I didn't say anything, because I just let him talk, But in my mind, I was like, yo, that's why you're unhappy, bro. Because you think that when two people meet each other, oh, okay, so you introduce one person to another. Now you think you're entitled to knowing their business or what you're entitled to knowing if they're having kids together, if they're having sex, if they're banging each other. You're entitled to know the fucking details. And if you think like that, you'll be positioned for misery too, because when you introduce two people to each other and they don't tell you the details of what goes on when you're not around, now you're mad. And you think the reason you're mad is because they're not filling you in on things that are none of your business in the first place, which means in order for you to be happy, they have to meet your criteria. And don't you know, if you didn't fucking have a criteria on the first place on how you think other humans should behave, you could move on with happiness. You know what I'm saying? Don't you realize you're the biggest problem you've ever had in your life is you. The biggest stumbling fucking block you've ever had in your life is you, bro. We be walking around thinking everybody else is our problem. Meanwhile, the thing that torments you is you, bro. It's your perspective. It's you thinking that fucking humans wake up to please you. Like humans wake up to, we be putting we put such a stopwatch on people's schedules that we be like, yo, I've texted this person. I sent them a text. It's been an hour and 45 minutes. This is how some people actually think, bro. It's nuts. It's been an hour and 45 minutes. I know they get home at 3 p.m. You know what I'm saying? It's now 4:45, right? 4:30, whatever. And you're like, I know they're home. I know their routine. I know they have time. And then you start thinking to yourself, they must be neglecting me. They must be ignoring me. And now you're getting mad, not because you're being ignored. Maybe they're actually doing something else. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're busy, bro. Maybe they're masturbating. I don't know. Maybe they're having sex. Maybe they're at the club. Maybe they're fucking writing out their list of goals. Maybe they're watching edifying videos. You don't know what the person is doing, but we jump to the conclusion, oh, maybe I'm being ignored. Maybe they don't give a fuck about me. And then you start projecting that shit onto them as if that's what it is. That's not what it is. That's your assumption of what it is. And your assumption could be totally off, So that's why me personally, I walk around assuming that I don't know shit about how you interpret, if it's been 2 weeks, I'm not going to assume that you're not answering my calls because you don't give a fuck about me. I don't know what you're going through, bro. I don't know if your mother just died and you're like, fuck all humans. I want to be by myself. I don't know if you know what I'm saying? If you're feeling suicidal, bro. If someone's feeling suicidal, would you think they're going to want to answer the phone? Like, before people commit suicide, they spend a lot of alone time. They spend a lot of time neglecting people. They spend you don't know what the fucking person's going through. So when you hit them up, like, why haven't you answered my calls? I've been worried about you, making it all about you instead of being like, yo, you okay, man? Like, you going through something? Like, and just not worrying so much how long people take to fucking reply to you, bro. You wasn't created to get replied to. You wasn't created for people to meet your fucking expectation. You wasn't created for none of that shit. So when you live life making it all about that, you're gonna be miserable because life is about none of that. Life is about finding your purpose and accomplishing that shit before you die, whatever it is, whatever you were created to do. You know what I'm saying? I believe we were all created to be love. God is love. To be kind, to be patient with one another, to not take an account of a suffered wrong. Bro, when somebody tells you they love you and all they know how to do is take an account of a suffered wrong, and what that means is all they know how to do is have 2,000 fucking journal entries as to how many times you violated them, and now they have to constantly remind you of what you did to them in the past. The Bible says love doesn't do that. It says love doesn't take an account of a suffered wrong. And you might be like, yo, how can I love somebody that doesn't violate me? How can I love my enemy? You don't see them as your enemy. That's the only way to love your enemy. You don't see them as them being that. You see them as being fucking, like they're indoctrinated. They're basically possessed by a mindset that makes them talk, think, and act the way they do. You know what I'm saying? And their mindset is causing a wedge in between you and them. It's not the person. It's the mindset that they have. If the person that fucking annoys you and you can't stand and maybe you wish they were dead, if they changed their mentality, they wouldn't even be what annoys you anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they had a mentality that you could better get along with, don't you think you would better get along with these people? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's the indoctrination. Maybe it's their culture. It's where they came from. It's, most people are a product of their environment instead of being a product of what the fuck you decide that you want to be. You know what I'm saying? Most people are insecure because their fucking parents were. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm so glad, me personally, I used to see insecurity. I wasn't able to articulate it this good, but as a kid, when I was 14, bro, I thought it was so weird that my stepdad wanted me to get a haircut. And there's no problem about that. But his reason as to why I should, it bothered me, bro. It bothered me so much because I thought it was weak as hell. And I'm gonna tell you what, I told the story before, but he said, I want you to get a haircut because you're going to your mom's job and you wouldn't want your mother's employees making fun of how your hair looks. I'm like, bro, fuck my mom's employees. Like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck their opinion. Like, bro, what do you think if we were struggling that they would actually, you know what I'm saying? You worry about the opinions of people that if your life was in jeopardy, they might not even come to help you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? They wouldn't give you a loan. Like if you needed $500, these are like, yo, we look good. Like, you know what I'm saying? We dress good. We look good. We buy nice cars to impress people that we don't give a fuck about and probably don't give a fuck about us. Typically you do that a lot. And it's like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, how many people they buy a drop top car, not because they care about the drop top per se, because they want to be seen driving it. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to feel good driving it. They like the acknowledgement. They like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. So I thought it was just so weird that I should get a haircut for the sake of other people not saying certain things. It's like, bro, fuck all that. As a 14-year-old, I was like, fuck all that. And I'm so glad that's always been my perspective. I always thought it was weird that we obsess over fucking who's saying what and who's doing this. Bro, like, give me a second. Damn, my phone's dying already. I got some time though. I hope I'm providing value. I apologize for the curse words, man. I get fired up and I start curse. It's no excuse, man. I can't wait to never curse again so that whoever I offend with these podcasts, hopefully it won't be a stumbling block, for you. So I'm really sorry, man. But it's just things come on my heart, man. And I have to share it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's a crime for me to have any type of wisdom and not want to share it with at least one person. So, I just hope that, whoever listens that, they're getting whatever they need at that moment, So anyways, yeah, I just thought it was weird that you want me to get a haircut so that my mom's employees don't make fun of my head, as if my mom's employees' their opinions don't pay the rent. You know what I'm saying? Their opinions don't do shit for us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, insecurity will make you think you need to be something so that people don't say nothing. That's fucking insecurity at its finest. You know what else is insecure? When you hate somebody and you try to get a gang of people to hate that one person with you. Like, you start like telling that person, oh, I don't get along with this person, therefore I don't think you would because they did that to me. And it's like, now you're projecting, bro. Like, your terrible experience with that one person doesn't have to be the other person's terrible experience. One thing about me, whenever I hated people, I was always comfortable hating somebody by my fucking self. I didn't need a gang of people to hate one person with me. You know what I'm saying? I was never that insecure. I was insecure in some other ways, in ways where like I needed fucking women to text me back and tell me they love me and shit, stupid shit that just means nothing to me. And the only reason I'm better now is because my perspective changed. What I communicate to myself about how long somebody took. I went from communicating to myself that if you take fucking 3 days to respond, I guess you don't give a fuck, to now, you know what I think about stuff like that? If you take 3 days to respond, first of all, you're not obligated to respond to me. You don't owe me a response. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that you should wake up in the morning trying to meet my needs. I start checking myself. Why am I such a needs driven person? Why do I desperately need you to respond to me so that I could be okay? That's not the person's issue. That's my issue. I have to fix that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So now that I communicate to myself differently, now I can move on with happiness because I realized the biggest roadblock to my happiness was not other people not meeting my needs. It was me fucking being a needs driven person and being insecure and being an emotional vacuum. I wasn't an asset to people. I was a liability. That's all I was. You know what I'm saying? And now that I'm not there no more, now I could be happy. You know what I'm saying? Because my happiness is not determined by you and how you act and what your perception is. And, I don't have, like, I believe that when you speak to me, you could use whatever tonality you want. You could use whatever words you want. You could express yourself how you want. I'm not going to take your tonality and get offended by your tone and think that, oh, you don't have the right to speak that way, and then get mad. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, you know why people get mad at shit like that? Because you take someone's tonality and how they speak and you interpret it as, you must be disrespecting me because you're raising your voice, or because you're, and it's like, bro, like if someone gets angry, right? And then you get angry, now you got two angry ass people in the room. You know what I'm saying? Now the likeliness of you physically fighting each other just increases. But bro, when people get angry and you know how to be calm, even in boxing, bro, like people think it's being angry is like an asset or something. It's like, no, bro, it's the most destructive emotion. Everything bad that happens, a lot of it comes from anger. And you know where anger comes from? Fucking expectations. And expectations, we just have no tolerance for people being different, man. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, even in boxing, bro, the first fucking boxer to get punched in the face and take that punch personally and start swinging, trying to get a knockout, he's going to tire himself out in his fucking delusional anger. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and, it's like, yo, you got to be calculated. You got to be calm. That's how you control the situation. Because if you don't control the situation, the fucking situation controls you, and then you have no control. And then you're mad at life, and then you're depressed, and then you're diagnosed with this, and then you're fucking taking pills, and you're believing everything the doctor tells you. You know what I'm saying? You know what the doctor won't tell you? What I'm saying in this podcast. That's what they won't tell you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they won't tell you that the biggest problem you've ever had is your perception of life. If you change that shit, everything changes. They won't tell you that the problem is not that people are not texting you back. The problem is, why do you make that a problem? Why do you need that shit to be okay? You know what I'm saying? Don't you see how an emotional liability you are to yourself? You're a liability to yourself, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, now circumstance needs to be ideal for you to be okay, bro. That's not okay. You know what I'm saying? And then they're going to diagnose you and give you pills. Bro, when I was depressed, I didn't need fucking pills. You know what my depression came from? Give me a second. Phone about to die. I hope it doesn't die. Bro, when I was depressed, man, it came from just expectation, man. Expectation on people, me thinking that I need some girl to tell me she loves me. There's no amount of pills. All the pills in the world couldn't change that perception. All the pills in the world that a doctor could possibly give me wouldn't convince me otherwise, that I need her to tell me she loves me so that I could feel okay. It's like, it's almost like getting high, man. The more she said it, the more I felt okay. And then I need her to say it to be okay. It's like, that's like basically like addiction, man. That's what addiction is. Addiction is repeatedly telling yourself that you need a substance that you don't actually need. But for as long as you communicate to yourself you need it, that becomes true to you. And you start living a lie based on what you perceive to be true, and then fall into fucking delusion. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and man, that happens a lot, So anyways, man, I wish I had more time to really talk to you guys. My phone's dead though, pretty much. I gotta let it charge. But yeah, man, stop imposing how important you are to other people. You might do a lot of shit for a person and wonder how come they don't appreciate you. It's their perception. Just because you made somebody a gourmet dinner doesn't mean they're going to perceive it that way. Sometimes what's a gourmet dinner to you is a fucking bag of potato chips to them. So if you wonder why they struggle with appreciation, for another thing, it's not your business how someone doesn't have appreciation. That's between them and God. The only reason you're frustrated is because you want them to have appreciation so you could feel okay. So you having a conversation with them is not even for the benefit of the person. It's for them to jump through hoops so that you could be good. So it's a self-seeking, self-serving fucking conversation that you want to have in the first place. Now you feel like you have to check them on their behavior because they don't meet your needs. You see what I mean? Instead of talking to them like, bro, I notice you struggle with appreciation. Like, are you okay? And I'm not saying you have to appreciate the things that I do. I could give a fuck less if you appreciate me at all. But, what I notice about people is the lower your gratitude is, the lower your happiness is. You raise your happiness by raising your gratitude. People that don't have gratitude, they'll complain a lot. Everything's an issue to them. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't know how to appreciate the blessings, because they're too busy counting all the curses that they think they have. You know what I'm saying? Counting all the things that they wish were better, or dwelling on fucking 10 years ago, or just things that they have no control over, such as how other humans decide to behave. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, bro, if someone wants to be rude, they're going to be rude. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but someone being rude doesn't have to affect your mood. You know what I'm saying? And the way that it doesn't affect your mood is when you actually give a fuck about the person being rude to you, when you love them, when you start saying, man, I wonder what they're going through. I wonder if they're suicidal. I wonder if their parents just died. I wonder if their lover just left them. I wonder if their wife is cheating. I wonder if their kid passed away. I wonder, you know what I'm saying? And then start wondering, how can you be a solution to their problem instead of being a problem to their problem, because they're giving you a problem. So fuck it, I'm going to give them one, and reciprocating the energy that you don't want to receive. That's why I'm very cautious about the energy I put into this world, bro. I don't put any energy that I don't want to receive into this world. You know what I'm saying? It's always love. It's always positivity. It's always uplifting. It's always encouraging. It's always, you know what I'm saying? That's the energy that I would like to receive. You know what I'm saying? But I also refuse to fall apart if people don't reciprocate what I'm giving them. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with someone being rude to me because I give a fuck about the person being rude, and I know that there's something they're going through. This, I'm not excusing their behavior. It sounds like I'm making excuses for why they act that way, but I know that people don't act a certain way for no fucking reason. You know what I'm saying? I had a friend that took it so personal that when he went to Walmart and he was bagging his groceries, well, the lady was bagging his groceries. When he got to the counter, she didn't acknowledge him. She didn't say good morning, good afternoon, or any of that. Took it so offensively that he reported her to staff management and was like, yo, this should not be the last person that I see before leaving Walmart. Like, she's ruining my experience here. It's like, bro, you're ruining your experience there. First of all, it's fucking Walmart. Name one person that's excited to work there. I don't know any fucking teenager that's like, they're like, oh, Chad, what do you want to do when you grow up? Oh, Bill, I want to do this, man. I want to fucking work at Walmart, dude. That's been a lifelong dream for, you know what I mean? So me, I'm empathetic. Empathy is a fucking superpower, bro. Like, when you care to understand people, if I go to Walmart and someone doesn't say hi to me behind the register, the first thing I'm going to say, it's Walmart. You're probably not excited about your pay. Maybe you don't have gratitude. You probably complain a lot. Maybe you can't see the joy or the good things in anything. You know what I'm saying? When you're not in a good mood, bro, you don't want to say good morning to anybody. And I get that, because your mood affects how you behave. And that's why for me, it was a necessity to make sure that I'm always in a good mood for the sake of people. You know what I'm saying? So that I don't trip out or take shit personal, or, you know what I'm saying? Or, cause when you're in a good mood, you notice like you would let things slide that it would never slide if you was in a bad mood. But when you're in a bad mood, man, you have 1,000 journal entries as to what's making your day worse than what it already is. You start jotting shit down mentally and to keeping a mental note of everything that's going wrong. You know what I'm saying? But you notice when you're in a good mood, you don't keep those notes. It's like, whatever, like, people that get high and drive, they know what I'm talking about. Like, and I'm not promoting that, but what I'm saying is there's a lot of things that would bother you while you're driving if you were sober. But versus when people get high, they get super happy. When they're like, oh, dude, cut me off, whatever. I'm high. I'm enjoying my high, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're so like nonchalant. But if you were sober, you feel like, man, you just want to rip that guy's head off. And it's like, but the amazing thing about life is I don't believe that you need a drug to have that perspective. Like, whatever happiness you have when you're fucking high, I believe you could learn how to have that when you're sober, bro, and have the same reaction to someone cutting you off in the road when you're high as when you're sober, and for it to not be a big deal because you no longer communicate to yourself that it's a big deal, and thus it's not anymore because of what you say to yourself in your mind about the event. It's not about what happened. It's about how you perceive what happened. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy how two human beings could go through the same thing. And both of you were adopted. You and somebody else, had alcoholic step parents. You and somebody else never met your family. You and somebody else. But yet one person becomes massively successful and is not bitter and doesn't have resentment in his heart towards his circumstance. He just picked himself up and he started playing the hand he was dealt as if it was the cards that he asked for. And then the other person, all he knows how to do is complain. All he knows how to do is be miserable. All he knows how to do is fucking just self-loathe and hate himself and the world and get mad because circumstance is not ideal, and you know what I'm saying, and wishing for circumstance to change instead of wishing you were stronger. When you that let that be your wish, man. Let that be your prayer. Pray to be stronger. Don't wish that people were stop being mean to you or being mean in general. There's always gonna be assholes. What do you think they're gonna like? You know what you think they disappear or something? They're gonna go away because you want them to, bro. There's 7 billion people in this world, so the likeliness of someone speaking to you the way that they shouldn't, it might just happen, bro. But you don't have to punch them in the face when they do that. You know what I'm saying? When you love them, you won't even think like that. You'll start saying, man, I hope that person's all right. I wonder if I could say something that could better their day. Because when they give you negative energy and then you return that negative energy, you know what they're going to do? Return even more fucking fire. And then you're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You know what I'm saying? And now both of your day is ruined. But when you know how to have a good day, you could take a person that's had what they perceive to be their day ruined, and they don't impose negative emotions onto you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even when they're spewing toxic energy at you, it doesn't matter, because you know you're a person that no longer takes that energy and is now like a product of what's happening to you, because you decide how you're going to feel today, not other people and their fucking attitudes and whatever they're going through. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't feel like you have to check people and be like, yo, look, I don't care what you're going through, but don't you dare talk to me like that. You know what I'm saying? You'll go from that to saying, I do care what you're going through, and I don't give a fuck how you're talking to me, because like, I'm not going to make that an issue. The issue is you're suffering, bro. And I've seen videos, you know what I'm saying? And I believe God does this. God will give you like a word of knowledge on what the person is, you know what I'm saying? What they're actually going through. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw this one video where this guy was on a plane. He turned to a girl and he was having a conversation, and he was like, you know, he looked at her and he was like, stage 4 cancer is nothing like for Jesus Christ to get rid of. You know, he said that, and the girl started crying. It was something like that. Like, he knew exactly what disease and symptoms she had, you know, and it was because he loves, like, in a different video, he saw visions of his wife cheating on him, like vivid details of her going places, and God was speaking to him, and God was like, yo, do you know why I'm showing you these things? And he was like, oh yeah, because she's hurt, because she needs prayer. And he's like, no, I'm showing you these things because I can, you know, because I'm able to. I'm able to show it to you without you ripping your wife's head off when I show you vivid details of what she's been doing behind your back, because I know that you give a fuck about her regardless of what she's doing that might be messed up to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and God was telling him like, yo, there's so many things that I want to show people, but I can't show them because most men would react the way that typical men react. You know, they wouldn't react in love. They wouldn't react. You know what I'm saying? So he was showing him vivid details of his wife backstabbing him basically, and all he did was like pray for her. All he did was love her. He didn't take. That wasn't the time that, you know, God didn't need him to take offense to her action. You know, love takes no account of a suffered wrong. If God was offended by you, you'd have no hope. You know what I'm saying? You know how many people wake up in the morning and they check their Instagram feed and Facebook feed and Twitter, Snapchat, they check all of that before they pray. God is not in heaven insecure as hell about that. You know what I'm saying? Crying, needing you to do things for him to be okay. He's okay just loving you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, like he wants his creations to love him, but he wants that to come out of your own, like he wants that to be your free will. He wants that to be within your choice, like your choice to do so. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if God was insecure, then he's a basket case, and he created people because he desperately needs a friend. And I know and that's how I know that no human was created to be insecure as hell, because that's not God, and nor is that to be any of his creations. But we became that, you know what I'm saying? Like, we became insecure. We became, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, yeah, man, like, I know that God is love, and I know he created humans to be love, you know, and God is not weak. There's a lot of people that believe that God created Eve because Adam was lonely as hell and he desperately needed a friend. You know what I'm saying? I knew quite a few men that believed that. You know what I'm saying? And they used it as an excuse to justify their insecurities. Like, oh, Adam needed a partner, and that's why I need one. It's like, bro, no. What you need to do is have peace in your solitude. Have peace in being alone. Like, then you could be because anyone that desperately needs people to be around them, bro, don't you know those are the people that cheat? Like, the people that'll cheat on you are the ones that desperately need you to be around all the time, because they don't know how to sit still if you're not. And then they're just chasing the next high and the next high. And then, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, you go on a 1 month vacation and she's screwing everybody behind your back because she can't sit still without getting affection or getting whatever she communicates to herself that she thinks that she needs, that she actually doesn't. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, bro, I'm about to get up out of here, but I love you guys. You know, what's up, Kobe? What's going on with you? I love you guys, man. I hope I'm saying something that's worth your time listening to. Apologize for the curse words. Uh, Dude, the day that I don't curse is coming. I don't know when, but like, I can't wait because cursing is like it's only like 6, 7 common curse words, and those are easily replaceable. My vocabulary is definitely expanded enough where I could just never say those words again. But I'm just at a place where I just do at the moment. So I apologize, man. I hope it doesn't bother anybody. Or I hope it doesn't bother somebody so much that they can't consume what I'm actually saying, the deeper rooted, meaningful message. You know what I'm saying? Because some people, all it takes is one curse word to throw out a whole podcast of things that could have shaped their marriage. You know what I'm saying? Changed it for the better. So it's crazy that, that people do that, but it happens, So anyways, yeah, bro, in closing, I want to say that please stop believing that people wouldn't be blessed if it wasn't for you helping them, because it's going to lead to you being miserable. It's going to lead to you wondering why you don't get the gratitude or the honor or the praise or whatever you're looking for from people that you think you deserve. You know what I'm saying? Stop thinking that you like deserve anything from people and realize that people do things. God loves you because he wants to. It's not because he's obligated. He's not obligated to do shit. You know what I'm saying? God blesses you because he loves you, because he wants to. And similarly, people, when they return your text messages, it's because they want to. When they return your phone calls, it's because they want to. When they make time for you, where in areas where they don't have time, they pick up bro, there's people in this world, right? There's certain, it depends on who the person is. There's people that would answer your phone call during work because that's how much they honor you and respect you. And then there's other people that, man, they'll leave like 25 voicemails and it's been 2 months and they won't even get to that person at all. So it's all about priorities. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people, they're going to say that they're busy, but it's all about how you utilize your time. People like to say, I don't have time. That's another thing, yo, as a society, you want to see a bunch of people that don't have time, bro? Go to a fucking cemetery. All those people ran out of time. You know what I'm saying? They have zero time. You have time. It's all about how you choose to utilize your time. So when you tell people, I don't have time for you, you're saying that they're not that important to you. They're on the lower end of the totem pole in their level of importance to you. They don't matter as much as someone else who, even when you think you don't have time, because I love you, I'm answering the phone. Because I care about you more than any. Bro, there's the girl that I wrote 22 songs about. I loved her more than God, more than my mother, more than my brother, more than my family. Bro, if she needed something, my phone wouldn't ring twice. Like if she called me and I knew she was calling me, my phone would not ring twice before I answered. It would ring once and I would answer. But then there was other people, bro, that I would take a long time to get back to them. It's because I didn't care about them as much as the one person. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, it's all about priority. You know what I'm saying? What somebody means to you, it'll determine how quickly they get back to you. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's true for like a lot of people, So, anyways, so that's pretty much it for this one. And yo, I'll see you on the next one, man. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of this, and take care.